I've had calls to meet with this contractor and consultant on more than one occasion. And it is clear to me that enough effort is not placed in the contract management and the workflow plan. And as a result, you are causing tremendous hardship on the people who are using this roadway. And I am not going to tolerate it anymore. I've spoken to the Ministry of Public Works on many occasions. I've spoken to the contractor. I've spoken to the consultant. And every time we fix one issue, the emphasis on the comprehensive management of the project, which includes the workflow plan, as I said, opening up sections of the road and completing those sections before going up and opening up 10, 12 different sections. Finishing off the drains. I said to concentrate on finishing off the drains. This is the last time I intend to speak to the contractor and consultant, because the consultant is equally to be blamed, as well as the site engineer from Public Works. So I brought together today all the stakeholders to go over some measures and to put in place a permanent system that will reduce as far as possible the difficulties to the commuters. We know there will be disruption because it is the only carriageway. But you are contributing to the difficulties that we are having. So I've asked the Commissioner of Police, the Traffic Chief, Coast Guard, Deputy Commissioner, the ministries, the engineers, the contractors, and the consultants to come together today so that we will put a system in place to avoid what took place 2 days ago. And if the contractor can't get it right, I'm going to ask the AG to examine the terms of contract and have you dealt with. From the policing perspective, I've asked the Commissioner to put a permanent posture in that entire stretch of road with a containerized control system that will be supported by our drone team, and to have drone management of the traffic. To have drone management support the control room in the management of the traffic. All the trucks that are breaking the rules, all the trucks that are breaking the laws, forming 3 lanes and 4 lanes, you have to charge the drivers. The role of the police is to maintain the discipline so we avoid the type of challenges we had there over the last 2 days. So we are putting a system in place. There must be a daily work plan discussed with the traffic control team And whatever areas are opened up overnight must be ready for use the next day. We are not going to accept the type of contract management that we have seen in the last 4 days. I hope the consultant understands me clearly. I was there at 1 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and hardly anyone was working. Hardly anyone was working. For this project to be completed and for less disruption to the commuters, you have to put the people in during the night. Increase your machinery, increase your workforce. I said this more than one time. I hope that you will take the necessary corrective action to ensure that we don't have reoccurrence. The role of the police is to support the smooth flow, to support the safety measures, and we have to deploy our technology to help you. Move the control room closer to the corridor, 24/7 monitor by drones, identify those who are breaching the traffic laws and those who are contributing to safety risk, and let the law take its course. There must be a clearly defined workflow plan and management that all the agencies are aware of. There is a serious problem with the workflow plan. This is one corridor. We know the difficulty. I understand the difficulty in building out on this one corridor. But there are ways in which we can mitigate some of the challenges. Concentrate on completing sections so that you don't have 10 and 12 sections that are creating the bottlenecks in the traffic management. I've asked also that a new work plan be designed. I asked the minister, I just said he visited the site, and he's asked for this too, to show us where your additional machinery, additional manpower, where they're coming from, when they'll be on the site, so that this project can be accelerated. Liquidated damages will be applied across the board, consultant, contractors, and everybody. I want to make it very clear. It is absolutely clear that you have to put more machinery and more human capital to accelerate this work. Early warning. I expect with now the establishment of a permanent team managing the flow of traffic that there will be an early warning system, especially with the drone technology, to detect congestion and to deal with those congestions. The contractor must be responsive to the police. 2 days ago, there was total miscommunication. The contractor was not responsive, trying to get pieces of equipment out of the way. There must be coordination, teamwork, and precision in getting this work done. Now, in the event that we have an unforeseen circumstance, like we have had 2 days ago, where two or three of these big sand trucks break down in the middle of the road, we must develop a contingency plan to deal with those things. And part of that plan will be to use Coast Guard and the Maritime. That is why the early warning system. We have different docking areas going all the way to Timeri. So we must have an early warning system, especially for persons going to the airport. If there is an unforeseen circumstance, that system must kick in, the Coast Guard must kick in, the boats will be in place, we have the boats, so we can help people to get to the airport during this phase of construction. That is why I've asked the Coast Guard, I have asked Colonel Howell, the Commissioner, the Marine Section of the Police, all to be involved. But all of this can only be activated if the early warning system and the control room is in full effect. So I called you here on a Sunday, mid-afternoon, to let you understand the seriousness, the implications of delays, and what we expect moving forward. I hope there is great clarity with what I have said.